Welcome back to the Prequel Start Guide. In this session, we are going to take a step back and discuss how Prequel works to improve transition performance and first service conception rate. Let's start with our basic dairy ration. Nutritionists work tirelessly to balance the nutrients so our cows can maintain maximum health and productivity. While we've been balancing amino acids, the calcium-phosphorus ratio, starch and fiber levels, fatty acids have historically been a secondary consideration and not something we truly balanced. As you can see, fatty acids are one of the main nutrient categories, including omega-6s and omega-3s that are specific fatty acids playing a role beyond energy, directly influencing the immune regulation of the cow. Every dairy cow diet already has some level of omega-6s and omega-3s, with the total amounts and the ratio of the two having an influence on her immune function, health, and productivity. Let's take a look at where these essential fatty acids are typically found. As you can see, omega-6s are very prevalent in dairy diets as they are found in corn and corn silage and distiller's grain and cottonseed, and that we certainly feed lower amounts of these to the close-up cows versus our lactating diets. Omega-3s are typically less common in dairy diets, although hay is one source that is fed pretty consistently to the close-up cow. Now let's talk about the ratio. As we discussed earlier, these omega fatty acids are not just energy for the cow, as they are a primary driver in immune regulation. Omega-6s are inflammatory, while omega-3s are anti-inflammatory in nature. Thus, the balance of the two affect the cow's immune response. So, how do you know if your close-up diet is in balance or not? In pre-fresh diets, the goal is to have an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio at a 15:1 or higher, essentially allowing the cow's own immune system to respond quickly to challenges that she's facing. It is important to note that this ratio that we are talking about is not the as-fed ratio, but rather the ratio of omega fatty acids that gets through to the rumen to the small intestine to be absorbed. What does a typical close-up omega ratio look like? Often, pre-fresh diets are 5:1 or less omega-6s to omega-3s. While the cows are typically fed less omega-6s in the close-up versus the lactating diet, the other key factor is passage rate and more time in the rumen for these fatty acids to be altered, not making it to the small intestine for absorption. By adding Prequel with omega-6s to the diet, we are providing omega-6s in a rumen-protected form so that we can dramatically improve the omega ratio and immune function of the animal. Over the past year, at Virtus, we've been working closely with nutritionists and dairy producers from across the country to better understand the fatty acids in our dairy diets. This graph is a summary of over 99 pre-fresh TMR samples that were sent in for fatty acid profile analysis. Each bar is one sample from a close-up TMR, and what is displayed is the ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s at the small intestine. The diets with Prequel are in blue, and the diets without Prequel are gray. As you can see, there's a tremendous range in these ratios and an opportunity to significantly improve the cow's health and productivity by working to better balance these omega fatty acids in the close-up period. To sum up how Prequel works to consistently improve the cow's transition performance, it's all about the balance. These omega fatty acids are already in your diets at varying ratios and are having an impact on the immune function and overall productivity of the cow. Understand what the ratio is in your close-up diets by entering your ration or TMR sample results at omegabalancer.com. Then, see if Prequel is a fit to help better balance these essential nutrients for your cows and for your bottom line.